Hello kids, how are you all? My name is Aarti Raturi and today we will do another topic from the same chapter, that is chapter number 1, and today's topic is business risk. So what do you mean by business risk? The term business risk refers to the possibility of inadequate profit or even losses due to uncertainty, and these uncertainty can be anything. They can be decline in demand for a particular product, or this can be due to the change in taste, or can be change in the preference of a customer. Okay, there can be many reasons. One can be increase in the competition from other producer or the people, those who are buying their stuff, selling their stuff. So these are the examples of business risk. You know, business risk is divided into two parts. There are two types of business risk. Number one is speculative risk and the another one is pure risk. Now when I say speculative risk, in this type of risk there is possibility of both profit as well as loss. You must be wondering how this is possible. So yes, there is possibility of both the profit as well as loss. This can arise due to price. Number one, change in price. If the price will increase, there will be less sale. If the price will decrease, there will be more sale. Fashion or taste of the customer. Of course, if somebody wants something, the customer desire for something, or they demand for something, or they have taste towards one particular object, definitely demand will be more. And if the demand will be more, the profit will be more and risk will be less. So it can be because of the taste of the customer. And the another one, it can be due to the fluctuation of demands. So I told you demand can be high, demand can be low. Depends upon the taste, the preference, the requirement of the customer. The demand or supply depends upon the customers. If the condition will be favorable, business will earn more profit, and if the condition will not be favorable, definitely business can have loss. So as I told you, speculative risk means possibility of both profit as well as loss. So in the speculative risk, the entrepreneur or the owner of the business can suffer loss and can earn profit. It totally depends upon the possibilities, one which is possible, one which is not possible. So demand for one particular good, if it is high, the profit will be more. If it is low, the profit will be, there will be loss. And if there is no demand in the market, definitely the entrepreneur will suffer loss for that. So it is like that. Now let me tell you about the pure risk. It means either loss or no profit. So this type of risk, in this type of risk there is only one thing, that is loss or no loss. How? See, if earthquake has occurred, then definitely there will be a loss. But if there is no earthquake, definitely there will be no loss. Theft, then fire, strike. So these are the various causes due to which this pure risk is stated. So if there will be fire or if there will be strike, the business will suffer loss. But if there will be no such accidents, no strike, then there will be no loss. Whereas the profit depends upon the sale of that particular good or services. So we'll just do the summary. As I have told you, business risk. Business risk means possibility of inadequate profit, like you are not sure whether definitely you're going to be having the profit or not. You can have, the entrepreneur can have the loss. So it is risk. Example, change in demand, change in taste, increased competition. This is very important. If the competitor has produced something very valuable or something very very good, which the people are liking, definitely they won't purchase your good. They will prefer purchasing the good which is made by or which is launched by your competitor in the market. Change in preference of customer. So if people are demanding for Samsung phone, they do not want Vivo, definitely the profit will be earned by Samsung company rather Vivo. Next, I told you types of risk. There are two types of risk, speculative risk and pure risk. So, speculative risk means that in this type of risk, there is possibility of both the profit as well as loss. Whereas, if I talk about pure risk, there is only the possibility of loss or no loss. So, one example of speculative risk is change in demand. If demand is more, risk is less, profit will be more. If demand is less, risk is more and there can be loss as well. As far as pure risk, earthquake can cause pure risk. Now we will do nature of business. So the nature of business risk can be understood through the characteristics. So these are the characteristics which will help us to understand the nature of business. The first one is business risk arise due to uncertainty. I have already told you this thing. Business risk include uncertainty. You do not know whether you will have profit or loss. Uncertainty can be due to natural calamities, that it can be due to fluctuation in price. Price can be more, price can be less. Change in government policies, this can also be the reason. Maybe some government have come and it has inculcated some different policies which is not favorable for that particular product, or that is too much favorable for that particular product. So because of change in government policy, uncertainties can be observed. Then change in demand of particular product, demand is more, demand is high, you never know. Improvement in technologies. So earlier people were using different types of technologies, now they have enhanced the technologies and there is a development, improvement in technologies. So as there are all these things are very unpredictable. You do not know that this will happen or not. So as these are unpredictable future events, that is why we can say that business risk arise due to uncertainties. All these are uncertainties which I have just told you, and due to these uncertainties, business can have profit or it can has loss. So business risk arise due to uncertainty. Now let's move on to the second point. Risk is an essential part of every business. Yes, of course. We already know that business risk is a very important part of the business. There can be no business without the element of risk. So no business can avoid risk. Risk is the key factor of the business. We can say that risk can be minimized, but we can't avoid it. It can't be eliminated. So, if you want to run a business, you have to bear the risk. So, the point risk is an essential part of a business. That means that if you want to start a business, you want to survive in the market, you have to bear the risk. Next is degree of risk depend mainly upon the nature and size of the business. So, this is a very important factor. See, if you want less risk, you should have a small business. So higher the bigger the size, more the risk, and of course the profit as well. If your business is big or large, there will be high risk, and if your business is small or the size of the business is small, then you may have less risk. So this point, degree of the risk mainly depends upon the nature and size of the business. Means if the size is big, size of the business is big, risk is big. If the size of the business is small, risk is low. Next point, the last point is profit is the reward for the business taking. So if you are expecting a bigger profit, that means you must have or might have bared a big risk. So no risk, no profit. Higher the risk, greater the profit. So the enterprise who is ready to take high risk can expect a greater profit, and the enterprise who is not ready to take higher risk, then the profit will be less. It can't be too much compared to the enterprise which has taken a higher risk. Understood? So let me just do a briefing of what we have done right now. Business risk arise due to uncertainties. We have already learned that what are uncertainties. You do not know about there, you can't predict whether this will happen or not. So due to all those reasons, business risk arise. Next is risk is a very important part of a business. No businessman can think of starting a business or running a business without a business risk, because he doesn't know what will happen. So for each little things he is taking risk. Degree of risk depends mainly upon the nature and the size of the business. So if the business is big, risk is big. If the business is small, risk is low. Profit is the reward for risk taking. So if the businessman is taking the risk, definitely he can earn profit. But if he is not ready to take risk, there can't be any profit. Now let's learn causes of business risk. Business risk occurs due to many reasons. These reasons or causes are categorized into these parts. So first one is natural cause, human cause, economic cause, and there are some other causes. Let's learn about natural cause. So risks that arise due to nature are called natural cause. Now you must be wondering, nature, how come risk from nature? See, these types of risk are earthquake, lighting, then heavy rain, flood, famine, drought. So nobody has control over these types of risk. Human beings almost have no control over these risks. They are caused by nature and they are really very dangerous. Next we have human cause. So the risks which are caused by human beings are called human risk. So they can, these types of risk are like dishonesty. If an employee becomes dishonest, definitely there will be, this is a risk. Then theft, carelessness, and carelessly handling any of the work can have loss, the company can have loss. Negligence of employee, strike by the workers, riots, and stoppage of work due to power failure. Then there can be management insufficiency. That means the management is not that much capable of gaining profit. So this can also be considered as human cause. Next, there are some economic cause. Economic cause, these include uncertainties like related to demands. So if there is, as I told you, change in demand for particular goods, there can be a risk. Then competition, if good competitors are there in the market, the company can face risk, loss. And if there are no good competitor, then the company can have profit. Next is price. Price is high, price is low, depends. Then collection of different types of dues from the customers. If your customer is unable to give you the money, if your customer has taken some articles from you, goods from you, and he or she is not giving you the money, due to any of the reason, the company can have loss. And the most important, financial problem. If the company has financial problem, this is a risk. The company can't think of having profit because money is equally important for the business. So these are the various economic causes due to which risk can arise. The last one is other causes. So under this category we can say public disturbance. So political disturbance. Political disturbance, some political party has come and it has given some order, the ruling party has given some orders, or the ruling party has made some policies which is not favorable for that particular business. It's a loss. Then mechanical failure, machines are not working properly or there is a failure of machinery. Then change in exchange rate, this is also a big risk. So these are the different types of reasons, or these are the causes of business risk. I hope you like the video. So please press the like button. Do not forget to subscribe the channel and comment. Thank you so much.